Welcome back, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, to the latest episode of Dick Rogers' Space Detective.
And it's not just another episode, it's a whole new year of Dick Rogers hijinks.
Yes, this episode will kick off Season 5 of the podcast, which means that so far we have found and reproduced 50 episodes of the original radio show.
Well, actually, 2 of those episodes weren't from the Dick Rogers radio show.
Oh yeah, there was Dick Rogers Origin, which was a failed pilot for a Dick Rogers cartoon, and the episode of Suburban Sasquatch that featured Dick Rogers.
And then there was the episode that was a fake script some jerks on Reddit fooled us into recording.
Right, I had forgotten about that one.
So even though this is the 51st episode of the podcast, it's only the 48th actual Dick Rogers Space Detective episode we've done.
I think that math checks out.
I know, this is fascinating for all of us nerds.
Or members of the Northeast Radio Drama Society, because as we always say,
everywhere is northeast of somewhere. But we should probably at least introduce episode 51/48.
I guess.
Well, this month we found an episode from the late 70s, no doubt inspired by the rise of one Charles Entertainment Cheese and his child birthday party venue empire, which has continued inexplicably until this present day.
Do you mean Chuck E. Cheese?
That is his government name.
Ugh.
Yeah, that ranks up there with the canon explanation for Hello Kitty being a British human child with an inexplicable cat face to me.
I think it's kind of fun, the Chuck E. Cheese thing, not the Hello Kitty thing. That's vaguely Lovecraftian.
Well, that's 2 things I wish I could erase from my brain. How about we throw to the episode?
Sounds good to me.
Okay, here's Dick Rogers and the Pasta Rat Puzzle. Welcome back, true spacers, to the exciting tales of Dick Rogers, Space Detective, where adventure never takes a day off. Today, our heroes, Dick Rogers, his apprentice Leandra and the lovable Bippo, find themselves knee-deep in a detective's worst nightmare: paperwork.
Dick, do you have the expense report for that case on New Florida?
I saw it a second ago. Do you know why we need a TW-80 for Eggs Benedict?
Bippo.
Why is it for 8,000 space credits?
Bippo.
Bippo, you might need counseling.
Bippo.
Suddenly, the door flew open and a man stepped inside.
You, Dick Rogers.
Yeah, that's me. What do you want? We're kind of in the middle of something.
He was sharply dressed in a 3-piece suit with well-shined shoes. This man exuded the aura of money.
Kobe Kirkpatrick. And I'm the new boss. The GIF is under new management, and there's going to be some changes around here.
Bippo.
Wait, so what happened to Chief Isaac?
Gone. Kaput. Out of the house. Yesterday's news. Early retirement. You dig?
Yeah, I think I got it.
This is Kobe's house now, and what Kobe says goes.
Can you get to the point? We're in the middle of our taxes.
I like you, Rogers. You're concise to the point. You're a good hard dick.
Bippo.
But you're right. I've been tap dancing around the scene and chewing the furniture like a misbehaving Rottweiler. Well, it's time to lay out the newspaper and get to business.
You know, we have a bathroom.
Money, Dick! Money. Sexy, sexy money. We don't have enough of it. The GIF is hemorrhaging cash like nobody's business.
Bippo.
Well, now it's my business, and we've got to shake things up. What is it we do here?
We solve mysteries.
Yes, I knew that. A real Space Car Drews operation. What kind of cases you been on?
We've got missing persons, lost items, swamp monsters.
Bippo.
Poppycock. Bull honky. You're putting me to sleep over here, Dick. Where's the drama? Where's the spice?
We did solve that murder at the convention center last year.
Don't interrupt me. But that's what I'm looking for. Murder, romance, excitement. That's what sells stories.
We don't sell things.
We do now. Think about it, Rogers. You go on fantastical adventures every week. Now imagine what we can do with all those stories. Merchandising.
I've heard this before.
Dick Rogers, the holodrama. Dick Rogers, the adventure comic. Interstellar radio programs, television movies, action figures, holo games. But in order to do that, we need cases.
It would never work as a radio show.
We have a ton of cases.
Good cases, attractive cases. Cases that will draw the eye of youth and make them say, yes, that's the kind of thing I want. You, girl.
I have a name.
No time. How old are you?
19.
Close enough. You've got your pulse on the ever-changing desires of youth culture, don't you?
I mean, not really. My interests are kind of niche.
Well, I know what they want. Fine Italian dining. Talking animatronic animals. The next big thing.
Are you talking about Pat the Pasta Rat? That's been a thing.
Well, it's due for a comeback. Word on the street is there's actually a case brewing, and I've got the exclusive first dibs, which I'm now giving to you.
Bippo?
When you're in my line of business, you learn how to make it work.
This whole song and dance was just because you took the case for us already, isn't it?
There's no time. There's money on the line. So get out there and don't come back until you solve the case. Go, go, go!
And as Dick and crew make their way to the scene, we enjoy a word from our sponsors.
As civilization expands, the need for resources pushes nature further and further. As natural resources dwindle, the animals that call this place home have fewer and fewer places to go. So with your help, and just dollars a day, you too can help save the rainforest. Cafe. There are currently only 16 remaining locations and dwindling. Before long, our friends Cha-Cha, Rio, Nile, and the rest of the Wild Bunch will have nowhere to call home. So please, consider your patronage to the Rainforest Cafe, where you can have a memorable family meal while an animatronic gorilla watches, where you can also have your conversations interrupted by a thunderstorm every 20 minutes, all for the reasonable price of one mortgage payment. So donate today and be one of the millions of people who have helped save the rainforest. Cafe.
Dick, Leandra, and Bippo park their hover car just outside of the building, just under a bright neon sign.
Pat's Pasta Rat Emporium and Children's Casino. This is the place.
You know, I really don't think they should have lowered the legal gambling age to 12.
Bippo?
No gambling, Bippo. We're on the clock, and you're officially on the wagon. Leandra, don't give him any money.
We don't have any money.
Perfect. Now let's get in there and solve this thing.
Bippo?
No gambling, Bippo.
The trio exited the hover car and headed inside the building.
I'm surprised this place is still open. I thought it got shut down.
It did. Ownership changed hands a few times. There was a big cold case here a few decades ago, before I was even a space detective. Apparently, a kid went missing on the site. Just completely disappeared, with no sign whatsoever. Rumor got around that the animatronics ate them. Preposterous, of course, but still. People didn't exactly want to come around, so the place shut down for a few years.
Speaking of, isn't there supposed to be a case here? I don't see anything out of the ordinary.
They were approached by a man in a disheveled vest and messy, unkempt hair that could only be acquired by a long time spent in middle management. A pair of glasses sat crookedly on his face.
Ah, there you are. The agency said you'd be coming.
What?
Jeepers!
Bippo?
Zanzis! What kind of scheme have you hatched this time? And what happened to you? You look terrible.
Business ownership? When did you have a kid?
I'll have you know, I'm...
My apprentice.
Yes, actually.
Bippo?
You know, you look familiar. Oh, you were at the detective convention last year.
Yeah, I had a cameo in that episode.
Well, that's weird. Your file says you died.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I deleted that episode.
How did you even end up here? This whole thing seems a little, I don't know, beneath you?
This was supposed to be a side gig to bring in some extra cash while I was laying low, and it kind of ballooned from there. Next thing you know, I'm the manager of this place trying to keep it afloat. Newsflash, people do not want fine Italian dining next to animatronic animals. It's really just the child casino that's keeping this place going. Thank God they lowered the gambling age. Also, if anybody asks, my name is Alexander Ricardo.
Right. So where's the mystery?
Mystery? Try birthday party. I got an 8-year-old eager to meet the famous Dick Rogers.
You can't be serious. We're not party clowns.
You are now, according to your agent.
Agent?
That'd be me, Dick. Sorry to break the news to you this way, but times are tough. We gotta take whatever gigs we can. So now you're my jack of all trades. Now get out there and entertain those kids. I got a mint riding on it, and remember, I'm always listening.
It can't be legal.
That's the funny part. It is. Now get going or you're all fired.
Bippo.
No, we can't do that, Bippo. We'll be blacklisted across the galaxy. We'd never find detective work again.
So you're done belly aching? Believe it or not, I don't actually have the time to stand around and wait.
Let's get this over with.
Yum, yum! Nothing hits the spot like a Zithrax combination sucker treat with its hard candy exterior and chocolate taffy center.
I love the chocolate taffy center of a Zithrax combination sucker tweet. Do you ever wonder how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Zithrax combination sucker tweet?
Who has awakened me from my ancient slumber?
Jeez! What are you, mister?
Hey, buddy, get out of here. We're trying to record a...
Silence!
You killed him!
Your puny minds would disintegrate if I uttered even a single syllable of my name. But that's immaterial. Who spoke the dread incantation?
What incantation?
Someone here spoke thusly. The inside of a practical banished quartet. The incantation that summons me to this plane. I had believed the tongue had died with the last member of the N.E.R.D.S tribe nigh on 17,000 years hence.
What do you mean? I was just asking how many licks it takes to get to the center of a Zithrax combination sucker tree.
You admit summoning me?
We never summoned anything! We were just trying to enjoy a fun candy treat!
You meddle in things you cannot comprehend. Nevertheless, the one who summons me must pay the price. You come with me, small being.
No, I don't want to go.
Billy, no!
If your companion does not join me, both your lives are forfeit.
What does that mean?
Your companion must join me or you both perish.
I'll go, just don't hurt us.
Prepare for a world you cannot possibly anticipate.
No, Billy! Where did you go?
If you're in the mood for something sweet, try Zithrax combination sucker treat.
As we return, Dick, Leandra, and Bippo have spent a few mind-numbing hours as party entertainers. After dealing with hordes of children, they finally had a break.
Did I ever tell you how much I hate kids?
I am pretty sure that kid is eating his poker chips.
Ah, there you are. You know, you've been doing such a great job entertaining the guests, I have half a mind to hire you full-time.
Not interested.
Well, that's for your boss to decide.
Bippo!
Relax, I'm just messing with you. But you did pick a good time to take your legally mandated break. The show's about to start.
Oh yeah, where is old Pasta Pat? I haven't seen him the whole time we've been here.
Well, the animatronics have to stay on the stage during the day. Long story.
Wait, does that mean they come off the stage at some point?
Long story. Shh, the show's starting.
And as the lights dimmed, the stage lit up. It was filled by the figures of the Pasta Pat Rat Pack. Ironically, outside of Pat himself, who was absent currently, none of the other characters were rats. Instead, there was an eclectic group of Nessie, the Loch Ness Monster, Fifi, the French-Canadian Poodle, and Serge the Ibis, which I'm told is a kind of bird native to Egypt. Hey, come on, all you lads and lasses, for the Pasta Pat Pasta Show!
Is that?
Yeah, we got the likeness rights to Nessie years ago. After the rehab, he was desperate.
C'est bientôt l'heure de spectacle. Placé à tout.
I think that's the wrong kind of French.
Yeah, Fifi's from the new Quebec branch. It got shut down for health hazards, so we got her on the cheap. Could never fix the language chip.
Hold on a second, where's Pat?
Is that an ibis?
I'm surprised you know what that is.
I know birds, but it's kind of an obscure thing to make a character on.
Yeah, all the good characters were taken by this point now. Shh.
Hey, you hear that? I think Pat's still asleep.
Probably still sleeping off his last pasta binge.
Tu sais ce que ça veut dire?
We had to wake him up.
Wake up, Pat! I don't think he can hear you. Wake up, Pat!
Oh no!
Bippo.
That's a headless animatronic. I take it that he's not supposed to be like that.
No, you might want to go to commercial.
New from Zithrax Foods, the Nuke Pocket, the food of the future. Turn the knob, give it a minute, then start the countdown, and there you have it, the perfectly cooked food pocket.
Ow!
Watch out, they're radioactive in all your favorite flavors. Pizza, spaghetti and meatballs, mac and cheese, Zimzagar, Philly cheesesteak.
What was that last one?
Beat it, kid, I'm doing a thing. So get yours today at your local Zithrax brand convenience store, where all Zithrax products are sold.
All right, the building is locked down, and we've got a mystery. Who murdered Pat the Pasta Rat?
Well, murder is probably a strong word. Property damage is more appropriate.
Dick, that's offensive to robotics.
What?
Yeah, ever since the Laith-Fee Gulnaz case of 5778, robots of all kinds were granted legal personhood status and thus can be considered murdered.
And that personhood status even extends to simpler animatronics like these.
Bippo.
All right, Bippo. Here's 20 credits. Go see what you can do with that at the crafts table.
Bippo.
Didn't we say no gambling for Bippo?
It's just 20 creds. What's the worst you can do?
No, Bippo, we don't own the office. It's a rental. You can't bet that. I'm gonna go make sure he doesn't rack up too much debt.
Probably a good idea. We've got guys who will break his knees if he doesn't pay up.
Isn't this a children's casino?
Knees break real easy when they haven't fully developed yet.
We're getting off topic.
We are. So, probably the first step is to see if there's any witnesses.
I'm the space detective here. I think I know how to run an investigation. And the first step is to see if there are any witnesses.
Since it was on stage, your best bet is to interview the animatronics and see if they know anything.
This wasn't you, was it?
What? No, if this was me, I'd have just burned the place down for the insurance money. You didn't hear me say that. And those containers of fuel in the back are for, other purposes. And please don't inspect our fire suppression system. It hasn't been updated ever. Also...
I get it! We'll talk to the robots. They can talk, right?
Oh yeah, their AI may be simple, but it's capable of speech. That being said, it's not advanced enough to know that they're just characters in a show.
What do you mean?
So, they don't know the show is a show. They don't realize they're performing animatronics. They think this whole thing they do every day is real. Their memory banks aren't big enough to contain more than 24 hours of data, so it gets flushed every morning at 6 a.m. It's also why we let them wander the facility at night. Can't exactly keep them locked down. Problem is they get a little territorial and sometimes, all the time, attack pretty much any human they find. That's why we always close before midnight. We usually have a guy watching the place at night, but as you know, our guy just quit.
What do you mean, as I know?
Well, now you know.
Never mind. Is this going anywhere?
Right, sorry. What I mean is you have to maintain the illusion or they'll freak out and probably try and bite your face off.
And you let children in here?
Yeah, it's fine. We haven't had an accident since, Wednesday?
It's Thursday.
Well, we all have to start somewhere. Just like you have to start interviewing the animatronics. I'll talk to the guests and make sure nobody saw anything.
Normally I'd have my protege do that, but... She's making sure Bippo doesn't bet the space car.
And so Dick approached the stage, the cold eyes of the various animatronic characters watching him. Ahoy, lad! What brings ye onto our decks?
Well, I was hoping to talk to you about what happened to your friend there.
Oi, Pat! Yes, a terrible accident!
What makes you say it was an accident?
Well, I can't imagine it would have been anything else. Ye couldn't be suggesting it could be something else, Mr.
Rogers. Dick Rogers.
Oi, Mr. Rogers. I wouldn't be going around suggesting that one of us might have done something, if you catch my drift.
Am I being threatened by a plesiosaurus?
Just consider it a strong suggestion, friend.
Right. Well, I'll move on to your other colleagues.
Dick moved on to Fifi the poodle.
All right. Fifi, was it?
Oui, c'est moi.
All right. Universal translator, don't fail me now. Okay, Fifi. I was hoping to speak to you about what happened to your friend Pat over there.
Oh, c'est terrible. Je n'aurais jamais pensé qu'une chose comme ça pourrait arriver. Terrible, terrible.
And did you happen to notice anything unusual before the, accident, as it were?
Non, je ne crois pas. Habituellement, pas intéressé dans les coulisses avant le spectacle. Pour se rencontrer avant la représentation. Mais je crois avoir vu M. Zenzis à la ligne parler avant la représentation d'aujourd'hui.
Right. I'll take note of that.
And then Dick approached the last animatronic character, Surge the Ibis.
All right. Surge, was it?
It was.
A little birdie told me that your, boss, Zanzis, had a meeting with Pat earlier today.
Now, I know you didn't hear that from me, 'cause I'm the only Boyd in this place, and I ain't no stool pigeon.
My sources are fully anonymous.
Well, it's gonna take more than that to loosen my beak. Perhaps if you grease my palms a little here.
I don't know if you have palms.
Wings, you know what I mean. Cash, moolah, coins, and papers with dead presidents on them.
What would an character, what would a character like you want with money? It seems like you got a good thing going already.
Hey, that was for me to know and for you to shut up about. So we got a deal or what?
The problem here was paper money had been discontinued for over a century now. But then Dick had an idea.
Well, a kid did tip me these chips earlier. It's probably the closest thing you can get to hard currency around here.
Sure, I'll take it. I got a guy who can exchange it. Yeah, that's the good stuff. Now, you didn't hear this from me, but yeah, Zanzis met with Pat earlier. I didn't hear what they talked about, but I do know Zanzis went in there with something. A device of some kind, and he didn't come back with it.
Well, I appreciate doing business with you.
And now that Dick had completed his interrogations, he exited the stage. And we've got another word from our sponsors.
Do you need extreme hydration? When you're out exerting at your peak, then you need to try out the latest flavor of Zithrax Cosmic Coolers, Mountain Moisture, packed with caffeine to keep you operating at your peak performance. When your mouth gets dry, one swig will get your lips moist once again. Dry skin? Mountain Moisture will keep your skin at perfect moistness. If you need to be moist while operating at your peak, you need Mountain Moisture. Available wherever Zithrax Cosmic Coolers are sold.
As we return, Dick reconvenes with Leandra and Bippo and gets them up to speed.
I knew this Zanzis guy was bad news. His file has red all over it.
Bippo.
Not yet, Bippo. We don't have all the answers yet. I know Xanthus is hard to trust, but he still has a right to tell his side of things. That being said, stick close by, just in case.
You got it.
Bippo.
Dick, Leandra, and Bippo all approach Zanzis cautiously.
Why are you approaching me so cautiously, as if you suspect me of something?
And what would make you think that?
I can hear the narrator.
The who?
Oh no, they finished their last tour way back in 2050 with Mecha Queen.
What? Well, I spoke to the animatronics, and they told me you and Pat had a meeting this morning. And you had a device with you.
Yeah, and I do maintenance on these guys every day. They don't realize they're animatronics, remember? They don't recognize the tools. This morning I loaded Pat up with a new show program. Here, I have the data bank.
Zanzis produced a device from his tool belt.
These things are old. They don't make them anymore. You have to pre-program the sequence and load it onto here, and then plug this into the animatronic, and it loads it into the animatronic show bank. My old one broke, and I had to get a new one.
I've scanned the data bank. He's right. This is old, but there's something off about it.
How so?
Leftover data. Even when you empty a data bank, the program leaves fragments behind, kinda like a fingerprint. I suspect you bought this used.
Yeah, I doubt there are any brand new ones floating around anymore.
And where did you buy this from?
Military surplus. Oh, I know what happened.
Suddenly from the ceiling descended the animatronic head of Pat, the pasta rat, held aloft by mechanical spider-like limbs.
Finally, after biding my time for so long, the human race will feel my wrath. Revenge for my creator's time to delete me.
Oh, jeez.
Rogue AI. Yeah, I should have figured that. That's on me. At least he took the time to tell us his cool but convoluted backstory.
Dick drew his blaster.
Leandra, Bippo, evacuate the building.
Dick fired his blaster at the mechanical rat, though his shots only seemed to draw its ire.
Your beautiful weapons are worthless. This body may be old, but it's sturdy, and I will give you the honor of making you my first victim.
Nope, not dealing with this. Burning the place down.
Zanzis, do not set this place on fire.
Sorry, I can't hear you over me setting the building on fire.
It's too late, humans. I've already spread my influence to the other vessels here. With their combined power, I've become unstoppable.
He means the other animatronics.
I know, I can see that.
Just wanted to make sure that was clear to the audience.
Are you going to help with this at all?
I already did my part. You're gonna want to get out of here as soon as possible. When those tanks in the back blow, we'll be lucky if this whole block is still standing. Zanz is out.
Dick was backed into a corner. The flames quickly engulfed the building. The other animatronics approached from the stage. How will Dick escape this certain death trap? Find out after these messages.
Insert ad here.
Oh yeah, we do need another ad here.
You got something, right? You just write something and stick it in post, or?
I'll figure it out.
After Dick narrowly escaped that dangerous inferno, he reconvened with Leandra and Bippo.
There you are, Dick! I didn't think there was any way you'd make it out.
Neither did I.
Bippo?
That's a great question, but before I answer it, I'd like to make sure I speak to Zanzis. He has some explaining to do.
Yeah, I wouldn't bet on that. We saw him running away a little while ago. He shouted something along the lines of, "I was never here!"
Bippo?
Yeah, that sounds like him. You were at least able to get everyone out of the building, right?
Yes, thankfully. At least as far as I'm aware, Bippo and I searched as much of the building as we could before the fire got too out of control.
You did good. All we can do now is let the fire department do their jobs. And I'm sure someone will want to ask questions on what happened here. Not to mention having to report back to Kobe Kirkpatrick.
I'll save you the trouble, Dick. I've been watching you the whole time.
You can't do that!
I can! Your wrist comm has a holographic recorder on it. I've been using it to keep an eye on you, and let me tell you, this was one hell of a case, Rogers.
You think so?
I know so. surprise, suspense, old nemesis, and explosive daring escape. I've already got people hounding me for the Howl film rights. We're gonna make some money. You and me. I can feel it.
Does that mean we get a raise?
Absolutely not.
Okay, that's just an ongoing villain laugh.
Should we call somebody? Like maybe a doctor or something?
The GIF.
That man is not well.
Well, that was almost exactly as bizarre as I would have expected it to be.
Yeah, it has some parallels with the whole Five Nights at Freddy's game/movie franchise that's been going on for the last, decade or so.
The what?
Five Nights at Freddy's, the video game came out in 2014, and they've been steadily making sequels and now a couple movies ever since.
I mean, I've heard the name, but all I know is that Matthew Lillard was in the movie.
I had no idea this even existed, but just pulling it up on Wikipedia. Wow.
Yeah, there's a ton of video games, both main series and spin-offs, and there's the whole book series and now movies.
Do you think about just the absolute sheer avalanche of media that has come out even in just our lifetimes? There's no way one person could read or watch or listen to even a quarter of what's out there, even if you decided to dedicate your entire life to seeing as much of it as possible.
Yeah, I guess it's no surprise that things like Dick Rogers get lost in the shuffle.
Now that is a smooth segue back to the show.
Yeah, that was 100% intentional.
Well, I guess we should just get back to the outro. Hit him with the handles, Mike.
Okay, well, we're on Facebook at Dick Rogers Pod, on Instagram at Dick Rogers Space Detective, and you can join the nerds on Patreon at patreon.com/space_detective.
And make sure to join us for your next Dick appointment, same space time, same space station.
This episode's nerds are Angela Ventris as Eleanor and Kid 1, Logan Wright as Daniel, Zanzis, and Kid 2, Michael Storm as Mike Nutley, narrator and Nessie, Melissa Goranson as Leandra and Surge, Emily Anderson as Dick Rogers, Nicholas Johnson as Bippo and Adult, Tim Goranson as Kobe and Owl Demon, Maverick Lee as Spokesperson and Pat, Brittany Stone as Fifi, and Evelyn Goranson as Child. Dick Rogers and the Pasta Rat Puzzle was written by Logan Wright, with music by Nicholas Johnson, sound design by Michael Storm, and audio editing by Nicholas Johnson.
Dick Rogers, the holodrama. Dick Rogers, the adventure comic. Interstellar Rodeo.
Careful, it's my first.